You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is still at Disney World.
And he's missing out because this is one of the best shows on TV.
Without question.
Power's finally coming back July
1st.
Yes. And we have Joseph Sikora and Naturi Naughton here.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Now, Naturi, Tasha slept with Ghost's lawyer. He slept with Ghost's driver.
I knew this was coming.
Didn't want Ghost to stop selling drugs. When is the divorce happening? Is this season? Can we count on
Let's be clear.
Can we count on the separation?
Ghost started it.
Thank you.
He didn't actually.
He started it.
You know what's funny? I got a lot of comments, why Tasha's thotting this year. And I'm like, wait a minute now. Now, first off, her husband, Ghost, has been sleeping with Angela for 4 seasons.
Not me. She pointed at me. But
I was like, Angela, not Angela Yee, Angie Valdez. But no, Tasha just needed love too, and the lawyer filled a space.
Do you know the PTSD that women suffer from a cheating man?
Mm-hmm.
Women are supposed to be better than men.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
well, at least she cheated with the lawyer. That probably helped out.
Yeah, but it's always the closest people to you, the lawyer and the driver.
That's true. It's because you know what? I can trust them, but I really can't. I can trust, But this year, Terry Silver, played by the amazing Brandon Victor Dixon, is awesome, and I'm excited for people to see how that love affair kind of grows.
In this season, Tasha sleeps with Tommy.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Only once though.
Oh, you know what? Stop it. Before people already was trying to get us together. I'm not that bad of a friend. I'm not going to steal Lakeisha's man, Lakeisha played by Lala. I would never do that. So no, Tasha and Tommy are just going to be brother and sister.
Now, how come you
it's
know
no
Tommy's
incest.
at that? Because he's
sleeping with everybody.
A couple people on the show.
Yeah,
Double standard. Thank you.
Because he's a thug who sniffs coke. Okay.
So it's okay for him to do.
Yes, it's right on brand with him to be doing that type of stuff.
That's right. It's in character. Charlamagne's on it. He's somebody. At least somebody's been watching the show since the beginning.
Tommy's still back.
No, even when I saw Terry Silver in what was that, Jesus Christ
Superstar.
Yeah. I was like, I can't wait till Ghost kill him. I can't wait till Ghost finds out.
I
did. I swear I did. I couldn't even enjoy the show. Nope.
Now, you serious? You just couldn't remove yourself.
Nope.
Let me ask you guys this. Who do you think is the most loyal person on the show? Their character is the most loyal person. If you had to pick somebody who you knew would never turn on you, who you could rely on, who would you say that would be?
I mean, I guess I would say Tommy.
Yeah.
He's the most loyal, but he's loyal to the game, I think, first and foremost. And I think that this season 5, you're going to see the game pitted versus Ghost. It's going to be either the life, the hustle, or it's going to be Ghost. He's going to have to choose his loyalty this season. Yeah,
I agree. I also think Tasha is pretty darn loyal. I mean, even
nope. She slept with a lawyer and a driver.
Well, sleeping with somebody. I mean, okay. Well, I don't want to.
But
say
she still
that.
ride or die.
But you know
for
what
him.
I'm saying? Like, I mean, when he was in prison, I was still trying to raise $2 million. I'm running around trying to keep him out of jail. Mm-hmm. I'm pretending to be a perfect family. I think Tasha and also, I mean, may she rest in peace. Raina. Raina was just consistently loving and loyal.
What about
played
Black
by the
Grimace?
beautiful Don Shay.
Who is Black Grimace?
Black Grimace, Avery Mason. He's the guy. He's on Tommy's gang. He's the
he's loyal
taller,
to you.
Yeah.
But for the audience, I just think
So Ghost doesn't have
Shay.
loyalty. You feel?
Ghost has loyalty to
himself.
Ghost. He's very loyal to what he wants. Exactly. That's for sure.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
How did Raina getting killed affect your characters? You're the mother. You were the uncle. How did that affect y'all emotionally?
For me, it was so emotional because I'm a mom now, and playing that part was hard to kind of remove myself. I mean, seeing a little beautiful girl being shot on screen, people were calling me up like, y'all can't do that. That's messed up. And I'm like, hey, I mean, this is the beauty of our show. The writing is unpredictable. Courtney Kemp kills it. Gary Lennon. Our entire writing staff is amazing. Yeah. But for me, it was hard to watch. So how it affects my character is that Tasha this season, she's broken. This is the first time you won't get to see the glamorous, beautiful, pulled together, snatched Tasha St. Patrick. You will see a broken, vulnerable one.
What about you?
I think it makes Tommy really introspective because he sees something like this is a casualty of that kind of lifestyle. And I think that it makes him say, and this is what I've dedicated my life to, and this is how it's affected me, rather than if it's somebody that's on your level or you're like, hey, that's what you signed up for. It's harder to say that. I mean, a million times harder when somebody innocent and that's somebody that that's part of your family is killed by something that they certainly don't deserve, but yet you're loyal to this thing, you know? So I think that it really makes you take a look inward at yourself, and that's what Tommy is doing consistently this season.
Tommy's character also gets in contact with his dad.
Yeah.
Finally, after all this time. How does that affect you?
I think, you know, anybody who hasn't known a parent and gets to know something that it's incredibly difficult, I think, for anybody to not be curious and want to just give love and have that whole situation work out. You know, what a hope, especially with things falling apart in so many other areas of his life. The possibility of this filling a gap is incredibly exciting for Tommy. And obviously dangerous for Ghost because Teresi has a different past with Ghost, and now that it's presented in a different way to Tommy, it's going to put a big chasm in their relationship.
Who's the most hated character right now, you think?
Dre.
I saw Rotimi. He was on my flight yesterday coming back from LA, and I have to. And I know this happens to you guys, right? Because people see you and they look at you in character, and when they don't know you in person,
they get so upset.
And I know Rotimi in person, but really from the show. So I see him, and the first time I'm like, ugh, you know. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute,
it's not Dre, it's Rotimi.
Yeah,
maybe I think Kanan. I mean, people are pretty disappointed. Well, actually, maybe this year they're more hopeful that the gang is back together. But I would say Dre. Right now, Dre he gonna get it.
Not your son?
Tariq?
I mean...
Yeah, Tariq. Yeah. I don't think we too much care for Tariq, man.
Tariq, yes. I mean, Michael Rainey is killing it. Michael Rainey Jr. plays Tariq. He's just not listening to me. And sometimes people are like, he need a whooping. He needs a lot of discipline that I tried to give him. You see, Tasha tried to give him a smack season 3, and he caught my hand. He's acting out. I'm praying for him.
What would you do in real life if your child started going down the wrong path like Tariq?
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. He would need a good spanking. I know that sounds like super
corny. But that
corny,
parenting, it kind of is your guys' fault because you aren't paying. There's too much going on in your lives that he's able to get away with doing all these things without you guys even really knowing what's happening.
You're right,
really,
girl.
Tommy's the only one that kind of
preach.
Tommy does check him a little bit, but somebody's gonna have to check him this season for sure. Somebody's gonna have to.
I think it's tough for Michael to play Tariq. Because Tariq gets so much flack, and I've seen Michael react as if they're really talking about him. Like, he's come at me, and I'm like,
oh, really?
I don't know you, Michael.
Well, first of all, you talked about his looks, Charlamagne, which has nothing to do with his character.
Yeah, see, I was talking about his character on the show, though.
You trying to come for my son? What did he do? You stay trying to come for me and my people.
I think I said he looked like the little dinosaur. Remember that old movie, the old TV show,
No,
Dinosaurs?
that has nothing to do with
his
that's
him.
That's his real life looks. Like, you insulted him as a
like
person.
Why is that insulting? That dinosaur was mad cute.
Charlamagne called my nipples chocolate kisses. Do you remember that?
Huh?
Yes, when Charlamagne called my nipples chocolate kisses. That's inappropriate.
Hershey's Kisses. Let's brand that.
Okay.
Hershey's.
Let's have them send some.
Totally inappropriate.
You're funny. Totally inappropriate. But to call him a dinosaur, that's his face. He can't change it. I can't change my nipples. It would. Why? Just stop.
I look like Joe Camel.
That was a compliment, though.
That's not good.
And it was in context of Tasha on the show,
yes,
not Naturi's nipples.
Yes.
I said Tasha.
But see, they're mine.
Yeah, those are real life people. That's like if people talk about you on the radio. And
it's not like I have prosthetic. It's not like I have prosthetic like. Like, that would be weird.
That's true. That's fair.
We started a hashtag for Lala's Tatas.
Oh, did you?
That was the hashtag. Lala's Tatas.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right.
Shout
out to my girl Lala. She's killing it.
Happy belated birthday again.
Happy belated birthday.
Joseph is today. Well, tomorrow.
Joseph is tomorrow. Yes. Happy early birthday to Joseph.
And Charlamagne's daughter's tomorrow.
Yes, the 27th, absolutely.
Look at y'all all.
And my nieces are
27. Really?
And my baby's a Cancer.
Wow. So you got 50 Joseph and Lala on set. How much tears are spilled on a daily basis?
I know, so much emotion. I don't know.
Fifth's always back in his trailer. I don't know if he's crying or he always says he's listening to music, but he turns it up real loud. I'm like, it's okay, buddy.
It's okay.
Now, Naturi, did you have the baby on set this season while you guys were filming?
Sometimes. She came in the beginning of shooting because I was breastfeeding, but that was really difficult to be doing that while shooting 16-hour days. So once I got into a rhythm, because I live really close to set, I would just run home to the baby or bring her. So we kind of found a balance.
Nice.
What's the biggest downfall of playing Tommy and Tasha? Because we talked about like Michael and stuff, and even when Omari was here, he was like, he don't want to be trapped in the character of Ghost. So is there any downfalls to playing the characters of Tommy and Tasha in your real life?
I think mainly just keeping the work at work and not bringing it home. Sometimes it's pretty intense, and my wife is just like, leave that. Don't
You're
just, you get the you get the eyes or something like that. Listen, tough guy.
Sometimes we forget.
Listen, tough guy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nobody
Does
tries
she-
you in the street like, yeah, you ain't so
gonna
tough,
say.
Tommy. I'll beat you up. But
Hey, I got too much to lose. I'll walk away. Like, this is the first time in my life where it's like, you can look, if you touch my people, then we got a problem. But if it's just me, I can take an insult, no problem. That's all right.
What
I'm
about
walking
you?
away.
Anybody
The
ever say you a
hardest-
hoe? And they talking about Tasha?
Oh my gosh!
Listen,
What?
just so you know, in real life, Naturi's not. She can't. So
I mean,
like big
I am a
penises.
good girl.
What?
Shut up.
What?
You know what? Because I was on her. I was on her
service.
show, Lip Service, and I said some things, and it just got out. But anyway, let's not talk about what
didn't
kind
get
of
in, it
penis
got out,
I
guys.
like. You know what?
What?
You guys are nasty. Let me answer Charlamagne's question.
Yes, please.
The question is, yes, people do get inappropriate. I sometimes feel like the downfall is that just mainly with men, I think there's this idea that I really am Tasha. Like, they're watching season 1 through 3, and there's a lot of sex, and they're just like, yo, it's good. It's almost like when I was little Kim. It's hard to remove yourself from what they see on TV. People almost idolize that woman, and I'm like, get to know me. Like, that's not me.
All right.
So
Yeah, man,
that's
it's like, I hate when we
challenging.
go out and I got to take pictures all the time. Everybody's like, hey, can you take a picture of?
Oh, it's crazy. It's just a constant thing. But
You guys belong to the public now. It
It's-
is. What
you
it
do
Yeah,
have to
there's some
share
of that.
yourself.
My cousin, what did Mick Napier say when you like, it gets very what?
There's a lot of standing around when you're friends with somebody that's
No, it's true. Anybody who's out with me, I
You
feel
can't
for
walk
them.
through the club and get out. It takes an
Yeah.
hour.
That's why
And we got to be
sometimes-
respectful too, because like
Yeah,
the
we
fans are the
appreciate
reason we have
them.
the job. So
Amen.
it's a balance of being a human being and being grateful to the people who you're actually are part of the reason you have employment.
I also like the fact, I thought about this the other day, Power is one of those shows, like, because especially black people, we consume things so fast, but we're forced to wait on Power.
Good.
And it never seems like we get tired of it. Like, I'm
No, that's good. Sometimes it's better to ration it out and give people a little at a time so you don't eat. It's just like what your mother used to do, like take your time, eat your food slow, chew your food. Because we want you to catch in every bite and every taste. It's delicious. So just pace yourself,
That
people.
got very
'cause
sexy. Your whole
I know. I was
description
like,
of the
I
show.
should, yeah. Power's very tasty this year. It's delicious. Eat it up.
Like something you'd want in your mouth, like a Hershey's Kiss. I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh.
true.
Bite
true.
it, suck it, all that good stuff. It's tasty.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, no, I mean it's.
Won't
but
get
yeah,
me.
He's not gonna say a word. He's like, okay, well, all right. No, but it's true. I do enjoy appointment watching. Like, I like the fact that
and you can
I
have
know,
like parties, power
Yeah,
parties
Power parties,
surrounding
big
it.
thing.
yeah, to be home Sunday night and knowing that I got to get up at work in the morning. But at least the one good thing about Sunday is Power's on TV, because you think Sunday, like, man, I got to go back to work in the morning. But now you can't wait for Sunday night.
No, it's true.
Are y'all afraid of being stuck in these characters, though? Will you be Tommy and Tasha forever?
I've been
good
acting
question.
for so long that I
Right.
never even think about it. That it's always like, hey, when Tommy's done, I'll do the next thing. I'll do
Yeah.
this, and I'm grateful that people are like, no, you're Tommy for life. That's fantastic. And a big shout to Fifth, because Fifth said this season 1. He goes, look, Joe, when you win your whatever award, people are gonna be like, you know the one where Tommy played the doctor.
Tommy played the doctor.
So it's like you're
50
stuck in
50
some ways.
is
That's what-
Kanan.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The
I
character
mean,
of Kanan is like 50,
Is
and shout out to
50.
50 because he's
He's
fantastic
killing
on
it.
the show, and
Yeah.
he's a great boss.
But
Yeah,
Naturi, I'm sure
he's
you'll
awesome.
be Little Kim forever until.
No.
I mean,
No.
no. I
You
was
don't
like,
think so? Because a lot of people.
I mean, people were in the streets of
When it
Brooklyn
first
like,
came
"What
out.
up, Kim?" And I was like, "Oh, is that me you're talking?" Because I'm really not. But I don't think I felt that way for that because it's a movie. Because movies, they come, even though it lasts forever, it's film. But with a TV show that we're in our 5th season.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
We're
You know?
emotionally invested in your characters.
And these characters are growing every year, so you feel like you know them. So I think Tasha's a little different than Little Kim because every season you're like, "That's my girl," or you're yelling at the TV like, "Don't do it, don't
Mad
sleep
at
with
Tasha.
him,
Why are
don't."
you doing that again,
Right,
Tasha? The driver?
I'm not mad at you and the lawyer, though.
I
I'm
mean,
not
thank
mad at
you,
it.
thank you,
I'm not.
Angela.
You got to do what you got to do. He's out
I
here
mean,
having
he's
fun.
he's an
And
intelligent.
you're not sleeping with your husband anymore, so
We're
it's-
not even together.
Right.
We're technically separated, I mean, if y'all go back, Ghost served me divorce papers. So, I mean, they haven't been signed because Angela got him in jail and, you know, that whole situation.
Did that make you hate Spanish women in real life?
Oh, God. Of course. Yeah. No, not of course. I'm saying, no, I'm sorry.
Like,
We're on the radio.
Too.
No, I
like,
know. Because we're in the radio, they would have been like, of course. You can't see me, but I was laughing, saying, of course he would. No, negative, not at all.
So are you and Adrian Bailon back as friends? Like, what's going on with that? Because that.
I went on the reel and Adrian apologized, you know, for everything we went through. We were kids. I have nothing but love and respect. We don't talk or we don't see each other, but if I did see her, she sees me. It's all love. At the NAACP Image Awards, she was super supportive. We're not friends just because we're in totally, you know, different spaces, but I have no ill will.
Naturi spreads love always and
I just
constantly.
try.
She's a great person to be around and be on set with, to act with professionally, and she's a great person personally, and always kind to people. So it's, you know,
yeah, I just try not to.
By osmosis, I have.
I
to be
actually
too.
love Naturi so much. Like,
I know I went to your juice spot.
Yeah, she comes to the
and
juice
had
bar.
some amazing. I mean, I felt healthier and boosted.
And we're actually, I was telling her I'm starting a running club, and Naturi is
yes.
gonna, host it at one point, once a month. We're doing
We'll do it in
club
Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, so that's gonna be
I'll
really
come
dope.
run, even though I don't like to run.
That's
or
the whole
do
point of it.
anything.
It's for people who don't normally run. So,
girl, that's me. So I will come join you only because you're amazing, and I appreciate you. So yeah.
And you know, it's interesting. Like the 3LW thing, even wouldn't still be a conversation if you and Adrian weren't still doing good.
I mean,
The fact that y'all are doing good is the reason it's a conversation.
That's a very good point. But for a while, no one really knew where I was. It took me like a decade to recover from, because 3LW, keep in mind, I was 15. That was like 2001. And we broke up, and I didn't really get back on the scene. Notorious came out in 2009. And I was on like it took years of, you know, recovering. I was on the tour of Hairspray, the Broadway production. Just like with Joe's career, we've been in this for a while. A lot of people think, oh, you're Tommy, you're Tasha. This is the moment. We've been working consistently to get to this point. So I'm just thankful to God, thankful to the fans. I'm just happy to be here. So 3LW is a small blip of the overall picture.
I can't wait for your documentary. It's gonna be called Notorious.
It's so funny. I'm doing a documentary.
You are?
Yeah, I'm working on a documentary.
And you can finally bury the 3LW thing.
No, I mean it's
I got
not.
kicked out
It's
for
a
being
part
a
of
dark-skinned
history. It's
woman.
a part of history.
Yes.
I mean it is, and it's something that I have to talk about. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons that they pushed me out that group, but anyway, I talk about just different things that I'm going through physically, emotionally in my journey as an actress and as a singer. A lot of people forget I started in the music business, so. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Joe, is it true that you had real life anger issues growing up?
Yeah, I was in anger management, which turned into Gestalt therapy, but like to learn where all the anger came from. And most of it was just fear-based, you know, growing up in the city and just being scared of getting my ass kicked all the time.
Really?
Yeah, so a lot of it is fight or flight, and sometimes you get tired of running. So it was like that. And then you get older and older, and people push you in certain situations, and then you're like, well, this worked in this situation. Maybe if I just get crazy in somebody's face, and you're like, well, that's inappropriate in a work environment. This is inappropriate to get work, or if you're on set or something and somebody's pissing you off, you got to take a breath. So I needed to learn how to deal with it. But because I was in therapy for so many years before I got Tommy, I felt like I understood my process there, which is totally different than Tommy's process of anger. I mean, he's 0 to 60, but to utilize anger as a tool and rage as a tool was, I think, I think it works for the character. So
What made
yeah,
you
when I read
realize-
that, that's what I
yeah, that's
thought. I was like, wow, he must tap into that. But isn't that kind of dangerous? Because you're trying to get away from being so angry,
he's
but
been
now
in
you got to play a
therapy, so
character where you're
you've
angry all
learned
the
how to-
time.
I do my step processes sometimes when I feel like, oh, you're keeping that I keep Tommy as close as I need to keep Tommy, and then sometimes, like I said, like if I'm taking him home or something, or I feel like if I'm there and somebody's testing it a little bit, it's like, look, that's why you hired these big. Just chill, just take a breath, walk away, you know, do your imaging, do the stuff that I need to do to step back and keep myself calm. So yeah, it's a challenge. Things remain a challenge. If you're an addict, you know, I almost felt like I was addicted to rage. That if you're an addict, you know, it's always there, but you gotta go through your process. If I need to call somebody and chill, then that's what I need to do.
What made you realize you needed anger management? Did somebody suggest it to you?
when I was still getting in fist fights in my late 30s, at bars because, hipsters were saying the stupid things and punching people in the throat, Or,
Wait a minute. How old are you?
Well,
you're
punching
only
people in the
you're like,
throat.
what, 39?
This is very recent.
Charlamagne is being good
It's a
to me
grown
today.
man right here.
This is a
He
few
just
months
looks-
ago.
He looks
I turn
good.
42 tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
Give
wow.
it up for
Congratulations.
that.
Thank
Age
you.
is a blessing.
Just all this
So late 30s
good-
was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
All right, 3 years ago.
Hey, man, I'll take 3 years. I'll take 3 years.
But you look amazing.
Yeah, but that has to be difficult, I would think. Even just the whole process, like you guys both said, about being in this business for so long, but then it took for power for people to be like, finally, this is what you get mostly recognized for. And now that's
Absolutely.
That's
I think
a difficult
Omari
thing.
even felt that way too. Omari talks about that just in the character of Ghost finally getting, I guess, that overall recognition in our community, but as a whole. But it's hard. People think he's Ghost. People struggle with that with Leela's character, Angela. She,
Right.
people really be trying to like come for Angela. And I'm like, if Tasha is over, because Tasha and Angela have kind of a thing this year where they have to work together to save Tariq. And people really think I'm Tasha or really think he's Tommy. It's weird, but at the same time, people are watching. People are tuning in. We have the highest rated show on the network of Stars. I mean, it's kind of surreal to be 5 seasons in and millions of people are watching either on the app or subscription.
How long does it take for you guys to film a season? Like, how long is...
About 6 months.
Yeah, like 5.5.
5.5, yeah.
5.5 to 6. It's not bad because then we get the whole spring, summer. I mean, right now.
But you could be
turn
working on other things too, though.
Yeah, I'm available. Anybody who's listening.
Exactly. Let us know. I'm shooting right now. It's a lot happening.
What you shooting now?
I'm working on a film in Savannah, Georgia. It's called Emperor.
Savannah's beautiful.
It
I was
is.
just there for the first time.
Were
I
you?
love
It's
Savannah.
my first
Right on
time.
the waterfront and everything.
Beautiful.
That's exactly
Yeah, I
where I'm
love
at. It is hot and and the mosquitoes are.
Their food
Serious.
is good.
You said you and Angela are working together this season. Do you think you could work with a woman if your husband left you for that woman?
I
That's a
don't know.
good question.
If you don't have feelings like that for your husband anymore, which it kind of seems like you don't.
Yeah,
You got to though. He dumped you.
Yeah, but you don't want to be with him anymore.
well, only because he destroyed me so much. Like when you're hurt so badly over and over, because I've given him chances, but I think the repetition of trying to forgive and move on, because marriage is about ups and downs, right? And I'm not saying that I would give up, but I don't know if I could work with the woman who I believe destroyed my marriage. Now, if it depended on my life or my child's life, then yes, I would have to. I think that's the only reason Tasha...
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, she doesn't have a choice. Like, it's either Tariq's going to jail for the murder of Ray Ray, or I work with Angela because she's the feds to get rid of some evidence.
It's really more for your son than...
Yeah, it ain't about
anything else.
Ghost. But I don't know if no, that's a tough question. That's a good question.
Well, we see a change in Tasha this season, though, because she historically didn't want Ghost to get out the game. But now that Rain is dead, is she going?
Yes.
Okay.
This is probably the biggest pivotal transition. In character, Tasha used to think the drug world and the life was going to be all good. This season, when you lose a child, and I just, again, can't imagine, you start to reevaluate. So this is the year where she actually, you'll hear Tasha say, maybe I was wrong. That's a key moment. She says, maybe I was wrong. I should have been there for you. Or maybe I should have supported your dreams. It's a weird feeling because the whole time she didn't see this coming, which I'm like, really, Tasha? But, it's a character. But yeah.
So she admits it's her fault that he started sleeping.
I
with-
didn't say it's her fault. Why are you always trying to blame the woman? You know, it's so one-sided.
It's crazy because she really is a victim
I mean,
to the
Tasha-
situation.
To the situation.
Okay.
As a
and
woman.
still helping out her man.
This is the year of the woman,
husband,
okay,
That's a
Charlamagne?
fact. The
This is
past
the
couple
year
years.
of the woman. Don't come for us.
Are you going to treat Lala
Y'all can have
better?
it.
Yes, please.
That's the real
yeah,
question.
Tommy,
You dogged her.
Tommy and Lakeisha have obviously it's a tense relationship at the moment, and it's interesting. Their relationship is interesting, and I think that there are some reflections of like the comfortability that they have around each other because they are from the same place. They do have a shared history in that way. So that's a complicated relationship this season. But I love working with Lala. Obviously you guys know her real well.
That's the homie.
She's a
No,
great.
she's awesome.
She's another one. She's
Does
a
Tommy
great
love
person.
Lakeisha though?
I think he does love Lakeisha.
But is he in love?
And that's the that's where we fall into a situation. And I think you're only in love when it's time to be in love. I think that he's obviously in lust with the woman, but like, you know, to be in love, am I gonna care for her? Am I prepared to like sacrifice my like anybody, but his career, is he ready to sacrifice for her?
If Holly came back, it'd be over.
Exactly. Only because he got rid of Holly by his
If
own
Holly
hands.
came back, Powell would be jumping the shark.
Oh my
Okay.
God, Holly! But see, Holly had to be. This is gonna sound awful, but she had to be told twice. No, the thing is that she had a chance to get away.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
instead of getting away, she just was like, you know what? No, instead of running away from this guy who I know is a murderer, I'm gonna tell him exactly what I think. You know, and then it's Tommy's.
I just don't
Our
think
advice
he
is to
really
run.
loves my
I would run
friend.
too.
I don't think Tommy really loves my girl Lakeisha.
I don't think so either.
Personally, I'm with you because if Tasha was talking to Lakeisha, she'd be like, "Girl, no, you know." I mean, he's just filling up the space right now.
And Tommy,
you know how
also,
to
I don't know
rebound
how capable
situations.
you
That's
are
true.
of loving a woman right
You just
now.
need somebody
think
to
it's a
kind
little-
of fill up the space.
It's a little new from
He's
after
lonely.
murdering your
That's all.
girlfriend.
And
Yeah,
probably
you
guilty.
lonely.
See, like when
Lonely
I
and
murder
not in
my
his
pregnant
face.
girlfriend, it took me so much longer than like a couple of
But the
months.
fact that you
to-
could even do that is like,
Ooh,
Right.
well, you didn't
Yeah.
know she was pregnant.
I'm watching reruns right now. By
That's
the way,
true.
y'all should be catching up. If you haven't, catch up on the Stars app or just catch up on demand, whatever you need to do.
Look at this
because
professional.
I'm just saying, if y'all go back to when Tommy had to, was it season 3, right?
Season 3.
I just saw that episode the other day, and seriously, it brought me chills. You're an amazing actor, and I'm so proud to share the screen with you.
That's generous.
Like, I'm
Coming right
dead
back at you.
serious. Like, you killed it.
Well, he had anger
No
issues
pun
too back
intended.
in the day, so
I mean, he killed it and
killed
killed
yeah,
her.
he was like he
definitely
came
killed
equipped. He
killed
came
it,
with that.
and you killed
Not
her.
fair.
How much longer is Dre gonna make it? Is he gonna make it past his first episode? Because
Yeah, that's a
a
big
good
question. Is he
question.
gonna make it past the first episode?
Should he
First
make it?
episode,
No.
Really?
I'm just saying.
I mean, you trying to
Of
kill
this
off
season.
my boy?
it's intense for him right now.
It is. He deserves to die. I'll tell you that. But there's a lot of people that deserve to die that didn't go.
Why is Tasha so secretive around Keisha though? If that's your girl, you don't really seem not to trust her too much.
She don't trust nobody.
No, but I really don't trust her. And you know why? I think. Remember in season 1, she was like, she said something like, "Shut your fool mouth." She just says something to Lakeisha. She doesn't really think Lakeisha is too swift.
And she's also jealous of you somewhat.
Yeah, and when you know that your friend wants what you have, and even Lala talks about this, like her character, she's grown so much, Lakeisha's character. But I think in the beginning, I was always like, she's my girl, but you know how you can keep a best friend, which I don't think is cool, but it's because you know that they're never going to really be on your level. They kind of make you feel better. And I think Tasha has been using her. Even though she's been her friend, I even said to myself, I'm not being a good friend.
You
know,
stole
it's
her
Tasha.
boyfriend,
I mean,
potentially.
he was
the limo
my
driver.
Sean, played by Sikora Walls, was my man first. Then she tried to come again. She wants what I
wasn't your
had.
man. That was your little jump off. Your little
He was
side
my
boo.
side piece. He was my man piece. My man piece on the side. And my point is, Lakeisha is definitely a little jealous, and I think that's when you can't trust somebody.
And she also didn't tell you about her and Tommy at first.
True. I had to find out. I
Like,
think
how you not gonna tell your best friend
that
about
you had sex with like my brother, almost. So that's an issue. So, it goes both ways. Trust.
You think you'll ever have a stable relationship with a Spanish woman on Power, or would all of them be kind of like, all of them kind of be kind of rocky?
Does it seem like Tasha doesn't have a stable relationship with any? I just thought about all this. I have nothing against Spanish women. Again, shout out to my Boricuas and all the Dominicana. What up, Puerto Rico? No, I mean, I'm just saying, I have all love. At the end of the day, we're all beautiful women and women of color. I have nothing against them. So please put this clip in because I feel like the clip
Don't
of me
edit that
saying
out.
the edit of course, is going to be a problem.
Now, Tommy, what about you and your mom? Because it seems like your relationship is kind of broken.
That's a strange relationship.
Incestuous, too.
Oh yeah. Weird. It is something else. Man, Patricia Kalember, who plays Tommy's mom, Kate Egan, is crazy, and there'll be more. There'll be some of the crazy. There'll be some more of those crazy scenes.
Because
And
there's some big
his-
secrets that she kept from you.
a huge amount, and especially with the father coming back and figuring out that dynamic. But one of my favorite parts about how Patricia chose to play the role is that you really do find out so much of like, oh, that's where Tommy gets that from.
He's like
Oh,
his daddy.
there's where the crazy came from. Like his daddy, but also like his mother. And but he's not. She's devious. You know, I think that if she wasn't so bumped on coke and stuff all the time, she wasn't so out of her mind. She's pretty good at manipulation and thinking and forethought and chess playing with people and people's emotions. So, and there's more of that this season.
Oh my God, I hope Tommy doesn't kill his mom.
That'd be dope.
Tommy has a power
He's
to
capable
do.
of anything.
He
I
really
feel
is.
like.
Why would that be dope, Charlamagne? Let's
just for the
discuss.
show.
Let's turn it on you. Why is it dope? It's dope that I don't like Spanish women in the
Why
show.
don't you
Wait,
like
don't
Spanish
lie.
women? Wow.
In your mind.
Don't
and it's
say
dope
that.
that Tommy would kill. I mean, no, it's not in real life, but you know what I'm saying. Why are these things exciting?
I like villains. Like I like
We
Old
see.
Dog, Bishop and Juice. Like if you're gonna
Yeah,
be the
no,
villain,
you're
go
right.
all the way.
It's true.
You know?
Some of those classic movies are, you fall in love with the. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I think all the ladies like Tommy. Because
Yeah, they
he's a
do.
villain. That, I mean,
We want to see you win.
It's
on the
like
show.
you
we still
want
want
to
to see you win.
Yeah.
If it comes down to you and Ghost, Tommy's been very consistent about what he wants to do. He hasn't flip-flopped at all. You're not trying to get out the game. Anything that's in your way, you will get it out the way. And
protect his
Well,
family.
eventually,
we know exactly where you stand.
And Tommy tells people where he stands. He's not. That's one other thing that's interesting.
As
This
opposed to
also has
Ghost
people going crazy
manipulating.
too. It's like, come on, Tommy, like you could be a little more finesse, use a little more finesse than that sometimes. But he's like, who cares?
You
It's
see
like,
Ghost's weaknesses. Like Angela was his weakness. You know, him trying to get out the game. That was a weakness in everything that he had going on.
yeah,
You're
that's
right.
true. I mean, Tommy's weaknesses are in the form of like human kryptonite, like that Holly was. That was an interesting because you saw him be a 14-year-old boy and kind of fall in love or whatever for the first time in his life. Because it's like we're all stupid when we do that, and love, I guess, is blind because he was completely blind and all the pillow talk and all that nonsense. So it's interesting. There, the character definitely learns from his mistakes this season and becomes the most self-actualized that he's been in the series.
do y'all know when the end is? Because I remember one time Fifth said he thinks it was going to be 6 or 7 seasons.
And
getting
50's predicted
close.
everything correctly.
Yeah, he said
so
7.
if-
I feel
he
like
said
50's been
7.
saying 7
think
from
it
the
was
beginning.
7.
He was like, it's going to go. I think he said that in season 1. 7 seasons. Watch.
I hope it goes 7.
I mean, we've been picked up for season 6, so thank
Hey,
you. Shout out.
yeah.
Hey,
At
hey.
least some of
Blessings
us
on
and people that
blessings.
make it out of the season.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Eventually,
I mean-
main characters got to get killed, right?
I mean,
Yes.
don't look at me like that. Don't give me the eye.
I'm sure.
Damn,
He
I'm
like
trying to kill off
eventually.
Tasha?
Is it because of your ideas about me and Spanish women?
Now,
what if you get killed by a
Charlamagne,
Spanish woman?
Oh my God.
Courtney,
my
I'm gonna write
God.
that in right now.
we're going to need you to stop this anti-black woman narrative that you're doing right here.
Exactly.
What
Like, why
anti-black
can't
woman
women
narrative?
just like, and especially you doing a lot. No, but season 6 has been picked up, and God willing, we get a 7. But right now, I'm just happy to have a job.
I'm happy to
like
have
at
a
the end
job.
of the day, if we die. I mean, or if I was to die, my character Tasha or you, if we don't make it, Courtney, please don't kill us. We love you. You're an amazing
Courtney's
showrunner.
Spanish,
writer.
you know that, did you? You know she
You
was
know
half
what?
Spanish.
She's light
Right,
skinned. She is not. She's
Imagine if your son dies. That would be awful. No kids.
That could happen.
Oh,
No,
wait,
I
is there
still
another
have
kid?
baby
Yeah, we
Yasmin
never see the
that
baby.
no one knows about.
You really do
Everyone never
never
see the
know
baby.
who you never
Baby
know who's gonna
Yasmin.
die, and
Right.
there's no
But the
people can
show
predict all they
lives.
want. They're never gonna guess it.
You guys
right.
don't even know until you see the script.
We
That's
really
true.
don't. Like, if you get called into a meeting, I get nervous. Like the
right.
one-on-one meetings
Human
at Courtney.
resources.
No, like every script. Sometimes if your character, Courtney, will have like a sit-down talk.
Right.
Whenever I've been, if I get a call from her assistant, Courtney wants to meet with you.
You're like, no.
I'm like, oh wait, is this my last
your key
days?
card doesn't work when you go to come in.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm tired of talking about it. I want to see it.
Yes,
July
Yeah.
1st.
July 1st.
Power's back.
It's coming.
9
Season 5.
p.m.
It's gonna be amazing.
And you guys are doing like a fan thing too, right? I saw fans on Thursday can come watch.
Oh,
I saw there's
yeah.
something.
So Thursday, people can, I guess, win tickets to our premiere at Radio City. Go on Twitter. I've posted it, retweeted it. Go on Power's page. Learn more about our premiere. But it's gonna be awesome. We're just trying to celebrate and get the fans excited to come check out episode 1 with
Yeah,
us.
Radio City Music Hall is going to be huge. And
Thursday
so
night.
I don't know if there's tickets left, but everybody
I
should
don't
check
know.
out Power Stars on Twitter. Try to get those tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
All
Follow
right,
us
good.
on
I'm glad we're not
Instagram.
boycotting stars anymore, man. We're back.
Oh yeah, because they were trying to take the Optimum beef. That was all crazy.
Yeah, I was mad about. I was calling Optimum too. 50 was like, hit up Optimum because I have that. But fortunately, we got our stars back.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
That could not happen. That could not happen.
Well, it's Naturi Naughton and Joseph Sikora.
Yes.
Tommy and Tasha. Power premieres July 1st. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. Good to
It's
be
the
here.
Breakfast Club.
Bye.